Okay guys, so welcome back, and this week we have some fresh products, not just in the club head drawer,
yes,
where we were last week. You know, we were talking about the fall launch and how much we love getting new products in our hands. It's also time for a little refresh of the shaft wall, and looking kind of behind us, we were just talking about it looking a little bit sparse, which is pretty uncommon in here.
Yep.
But it does mean that there's new products coming, and we're going to look at a few of those today.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since we kind of went through what's come out. I know we did a bit of work with the Rogue Black.
We did, yeah. Yep.
So I think it's good to see kind of what's happening in the driver, and I guess these could be 3-wood shafts as well, but the wood shaft range.
Yeah.
Starting with the Rogue Silver, which is one we got a lot of questions about. We did the Rogue Black, and I remember a lot of comments saying, I hope you guys kind of follow on and do the silver. Yeah.
Well, this one was sort of a refresh, a facelift, an update, an upgrade from probably one of the most popular shafts, certainly that I can remember in recent times. That original Rogue Silver that, you know, Jordan Spieth played, Jimmy Walker, tons of guys played that profile. It was probably one of the most played out on tour. Wow. The OEMs adopted it, a lot of them in their sort of stock, sort of stiffer or premium product. Obviously came in different grades. So one thing that I'm not sure if people always noticed was this sort of MSI count on there. So it's a sort of a little bit of an indication as to the materials used in the product, Matty. So 95 MSI, 110 MSI going into 125, and then into the 130. So
higher is a more premium construction?
The more premium grades. So,
so Rogue Silver, you'll see that on tour, and then this is the new Graphite design XC.
Extra carry.
Extra carry, is that what it's called?
That's what it kind of stands for. And then the third shaft we've got is a really unique one. It's actually still in prototype phase.
So it hasn't been produced quite yet?
I believe, and now I've had it for a little while now, but it's I don't think there's a version that's come to market just yet. It's probably a PGA show launch, to be honest.
Okay.
So but from
VA, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how you hit that one. We've got kind of two shafts that are on the kind of more stable and stiffer spec, which is kind of why obviously I think you'd be a really good candidate for testing it. And guys, you know, those of you, and I know there are lots of you out there who do identify with Matty and his speed and his ball flight characteristics, these are ones to pay attention to. And I know there's a lot of you out there who go, yeah, Matt's a lot faster, swings a lot harder than I do. So, you know, maybe this one isn't as much for people like that.
Do they make these in a lower weight and flex though? If someone kind of was a slower swinger but maybe fit the profile of it?
It's a good point. And sometimes, Matty, with these things, as you increase weight and flex, the profile changes a little bit. Oh, okay. So even in a shaft model, you might find that, you know, the 50-gram regular version is actually, you know, a little bit softer and kind of has a little bit more kick to it. That's just a pure consequence of using sort of less material things. So
I mean, I think people will kind of rag on companies making a super high-end product, but it's fair to say most of the other line is pretty reasonable. Like his other shafts are actually more competitive than most. So you may not like that there's a super high-end shaft, but they do make a lot of stuff that's quite affordable.
It's VA probably right now are probably the biggest sellers in our shop.
That's crazy. And they've only been in the shop for what, a year and a half?
Yeah, about that. So and I think a large part of that is the bang for your buck you get throughout. So, you know, there's a lot of kind of, you know, $250 to $350 you know, price shafts in their Canadian dollars. So kind of, you know, probably 200 to 300 USD.
Yeah, kind of in that 199 to 249 range.
Yeah. Versus
the kind of 499 to 599 range. It's a big jump, right? Okay. What would be a good one to start with?
I'd like to start with that Rogue.
All right.
Now, I'm excited for you to hit this one actually, because I would liken it quite a lot to that Fujikura Pro 2.0 Tour Spec.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I would liken that to this an awful lot.
So is this a bit counterbalanced? This?
Yep, and Rogue has always been that way. So, you know, a great partner for a ping head, heavier head weight.
Yeah,
gotcha. Really balance that out. So,
all right.
Some of the more tip heavy shafts out there, you know, probably I've seen some of the Acra TZ5 line, some of the TPT line. When
those
you
are
pair
low
those,
balance point.
when you pair those up with the ping heads, you can start seeing swing weights in the D7, D8 region. So
you're better pairing those with, not to pick one company, but like Callaway's or something that are a little bit lighter on head weight?
Definitely.
Okay. Nice low spinner to start.
I was going to say a bit of an odd sounding one, but it flew fantastic.
Yeah, it did. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, just a little high in the head, Matthew, is all.
It's a nice first, I call that a nice first tee swing. Felt like you swung really slow, but it kind of just ends up being good.
You really did. Looking at it, was quite efficient, but 114 is a wee bit slower for you.
A bit sluggish.
Really good. Love that flight.
I like it. Some shape coming back to the ball. That's just low strike.
Okay.
Fairway finder.
That's nice. Nice to see that hang time in the ball, eh?
Yeah, it's back. It's got kind of a nice matchup with my timing so far, is what I'm feeling.
It looks great.
Yeah, it kind of feels like everything is sort of getting through it nicely.
Well, this was one I said to you when we were warming up that I was really keen for you to try. I thought this would be a really nice partner for you.
And I haven't used an Aldila shaft at all since I think I had like a Envy Blue or something,
right,
a long time ago in like an old Titleist driver. But
yep, probably at least 15 years ago.
Whatever that would be, yeah, old. Just looks very straight, doesn't it?
It's a real confidence builder for you, this one, isn't it? It's,
I like it.
It's very, very stable.
I haven't really gone after them yet.
No, it doesn't look like you have. Look at those.
I know. Well, I like starting this session just kind of swinging. I don't know. They feel like golf course swings to me.
Yeah.
That's got a little more meat to it.
Honestly, that doesn't look like the same flight I've been seeing from you for the last few months.
It's very, very neutral now, isn't it?
It's got a bit more spin to it.
Yep.
It's definitely got a bit more spin going on.
That's nice to see, isn't it?
It's really good.
23-ish. I don't mind throwing the occasional kind, as long as I'm controlling the face.
Yeah.
But I'd rather see that 2300 on a regular basis.
And even that one.
That's just like a little bit of a pull, but to me that's edge of a fairway. Go straighter when I swing harder.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah, really nice.
Okay.
I don't know how stiff that is relative to other stuff we've tested, but it feels kind of just nicely balanced. It doesn't feel like I have to go after it too hard.
Okay, Matty boy, this shaft is so new, it doesn't even have a name. It's literally just
purely just a prototype.
Yeah, I love
it. It's cool.
So we'd expect this one to feel a little softer than Rogue Silver.
Gotcha. All right, let's see how it goes.
A marginal heel strike.
It sounded like it.
It did it. Sounded a little more toy, that one, Matty, a little higher.
It was
perhaps?
higher in the face. Okay. Yeah, definitely higher in the face. Much more middle.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Yep. So I warmed up, obviously, a bit with my driver. I don't think I'm swinging any different, but I really don't seem to be hitting as many blocks, and I seem to be getting the ball away from the toe part of the face with both of these shafts.
Well, I certainly can vouch for in the warm-up, for whatever reason, you weren't hitting it nearly this good.
No, they were kind of, to me, they felt like open-face toe strikes.
Yeah. This looks really quite nice.
Yeah, these are just like good.
You really can't argue with either one of those.
No, they're good golf course numbers, aren't they?
Strike point's good, speed, efficiency, everything's in good order.
That's nice dynamic loft for me. I'm usually too low.
Dynamic's good. Dynamic is a consequence of a slight open face.
Gotcha.
So, shaping up pretty similar.
Nice.
How does it feel? Does it feel soft or smooth?
I don't think it feels soft at all. It just feels good. Yeah, it's the same as the last one. What I think I pay attention most to is just the amount that I find it kind of matches my tempo or matches
absolutely. That's what it is. It's it is that timing device that kind of either matches
or doesn't
and works with you, or doesn't and you fight it.
Yeah, no, definitely not fighting these two so far. A little bit of a pull. But it was well struck. That's really nice. I mean, these are as good as I've hit it in a while, for sure. Feels really good. And so it's not a question of like, oh, this shaft is expensive, it's all of a sudden good. Like, Tennessee White isn't exactly a bargain itself.
No,
it's an expensive club. It just didn't, or it probably did for a time match my timing, but it seems like with how I'm swinging the last few weeks, it maybe is just, it's getting a little bit out of sync maybe.
Yeah, and technically we never really settled in that via fit, did we?
No, it was just kind of the fact that, we were kind of...
It was just around.
It was just here, It was so true. Well, because to be fair, you were good to get me a ping, the new ping driver ahead of when it actually came out. So we had the ping tip on it.
I know.
This is a mini shaft fitting at the same time.
I like it.
I'm starting to really feel like I can give it some...
It sounded like you hit that one harder there. There's
I think
a
couple miles an hour faster maybe.
A little more impact there.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating for me to watch and see this little subtleties. Like there's something with dynamic lie angles. So there's almost a 2-degree difference in the dynamic lie angle between the two shafts. So
that's cool.
The droop the shafts are sort of creating.
So you could theorize that this is
softer in the tip section, therefore
so it's drooping
creating
down.
a little bit more droop.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not insignificant. That's almost 2 degrees.
Decent amount.
Yep. That's well hit. Really feeling a different part of the club face.
Yeah.
It's an unfamiliar part of the club face. It just feels a lot more solid than I'm used to.
Well, that was a misread for sure. There's no way that was...
Yeah, it didn't feel that far in the heel.
There's no way that was that far in the heel, but...
Yeah. I'm feeling a lot less twisting going on just because the strike seems to be more steady, aside from that little glint there.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, just for people watching who go a heel strike. We've talked a little bit about this in the past about at times the light anomalies that Foresight can pick up, where it's looking for obviously those little dots, and if it sees a little hot spot.
So to be fair, there's a lot of light pointed that the cameras don't see to keep the image bright. So it probably isn't designed. No system would be designed for kind of a bunch of film lights, but
no. Right, Matty, Graphite Design XC. So for the Graphite Design aficionados out there, this is a slightly beefed up version of, do you ever remember the BB? The Blue Bullet?
Probably before my
so
tenure
kind
here.
of had the same sort of look as the DI, same coloration, but was blue, white and blue.
Yeah.
So idea, much softer in the handle, in the butt section, very stiff in the midsection. The BB was kind of firmish in the tip. This is much stiffer in the tip section than that. So you know, for the people who like the BB but are looking for something maybe just that little bit stronger, this is where XC will fit in.
Gotcha. And this is their new top end product?
This is their sort of new, actually their new release for 2020.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of an early one.
Ahead of the curve, I like it. All right.
So I would expect this one to feel probably actually more like your Tensei white
in the profile.
Yeah.
Okay. Toe strike, but good.
Had a lovely flight to it. Just that little draw. Had a nice start line and curved back.
Nothing wrong with that.
When you were warming up with your Tensei, you done a lot of that.
Tons of those.
Tons of that.
And it was a lot of ones where the swing felt good, like that one, but
yeah,
the ball didn't come back.
To be fair, you did say that. You said, I feel like I'm swinging really well today, and the ball was just kind of staying out to the left.
Because if I look at my path, it's really neutral today, which is
super neutral.
Which is good. I'm happy to see that. But maybe just not timing the face quite as well. Yeah, again, it feels quite good. Just it wants to kind of be on that left side, a shade. It's kind of a little toe again.
Interesting, eh?
Yeah, just a bit more of a left pattern.
So not really a massive change to what we're seeing sort of in there, or even the numbers. They don't tell the story, but
no,
it's more just the difference that the weight is.
It's just like a fraction of maybe just a fraction of hold on or something.
Yeah,
something's just
strike point is kind of strayed on us.
Huh. That's pretty good.
Does it feel like more work, this one?
I feel it more just not, I don't know if it's maybe just not kicking as much through impact. I don't know that it's finding its way back to square as easily. That would be my...
Yep.
Because I think that one I wanted to square it, and it looks like I ended up kind of coming across it a bit just to maybe get it back online.
Now bear in mind, this one is, like we said, this is 75 gram.
Okay,
X.
so it's got more weight.
There is a little more weight there, so maybe a 6X in this one might be a better...
Sure. It might be a good fit, yeah. That's better.
That's your best one with this one, for sure.
Definitely, yeah. Yes, tried to swing a little bit faster. There's no doubt it's averaged a bit more in the toe than the other two.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much dissimilar in what the numbers ended up being, is it? The timing definitely felt different.
That's it. It's just watching you kind of go through your sort of go through the motions of testing them all and looking at the subtleties of where that strike is moving. What do we see in terms of sort of that dynamic lie angle, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Again, back into a more tip stiff shaft, and again the shaft, the kind of head deflected downwards less.
Right, so it retained the shape more.
Club head speed, there was nothing in it. You're very efficient with actually all of them. I mean, testament to the ping head that you can hit it that far out on the toe.
On average,
On average, and it still keeps you at the 144 region.
Very true.
I mean, look at where you struck rogue, basically dead center, and it was the same.
It's about the same, yeah, it's true.
So
that's funny.
It's giving you a lot out of that. Good. All right, guys, we've got a lot planned for today. Going to kind of dive into lots of different topics. Obviously, last week was dominated by our visit to Titleist and having Chris
up,
in town with us, which was great. So it was very Titleist and Mizuno focused. Today we have a real wide range of topics. So you'll see those throughout the week.
Love it.
Okay, we'll see you again soon.